Hello there, Mr. Bagels here, and welcome back to Small Saga. Last time we had some really deep moments. Verm and Gwen talking about our nature and what it means to exist. And then we found out that Siobhan's about to be shown what Excalibur is, which it's been brought up a few times as a thing that we might need to take down the Yellow God. And so that is what we're about to find out. We're about to step into the void and see what Plague Master Aquila has for us. But that being said, there's one other thing I want to say. If you're watching this at the time that it has come out, that it popped up on the YouTubes, Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope that you're happy and healthy and everything is going well as you go into the next year. I hope that you had a great holiday season and everything was fantastic. And I hope you have great, wonderful, beautiful, amazing things in store for this year. Fingers crossed. But we're going to do it. We have completed yet another year of recording, which is awesome. But if you're watching this at a later time, then just like I said last time, pretend like you didn't hear anything I just said. But let's get into it. Let's get into the void. I just wanted to say that real quick, of course. Just best wishes to everyone, of course. All the love and mushy stuff. Now, time for something serious. Let's go. Let's get in there. They've got marble floors. That's how you know it's diabolical. Something about fire eggs. Well, what's over to the left? Nothing. What's over to the right? Nothing. This is looking like a Pokemon gym right now. What are we about to walk into? We have a button. What does this button do? I am so curious. This is like driving me crazy. This building is certainly something. Where is Excalibur?
Hidden, of course. If a god were to discover it, all our work would be for naught. Honestly, hiding something this big from the gods has been nothing but hassle, especially with their renovations. But I digress. Press that red button, Siobhan.
Well, alright, well, no, I don't want to. See you later. What if I leave? What happens if I leave? No, I don't actually want to know. I kind of want to just get out of here. Yeah, see you later. I don't need to know, actually, Aquila. See ya. Oh, wow, let me do it. I can't do anything else, though, so joke's on me. Alright. Sorry for being dumb. I just wanted to know. I kind of hoped Siobhan would be like, I can't leave now. I was hoping that she'd stop me. Are you going to say anything? I said press the red button. Okay, so we don't have a choice. Beep. Oh, the floor opens up. That is not what I was expecting. How did they set this up? These are some smart rats. What are we about to see? I am like really nervous. Okay. That is not what I thought that was going to be. It is a missile. Oh my god. Okay. So these rodents have a missile. Whoa.
This is it. Excalibur. The fire egg. An authentic relic of the Thunder Age. The Thimbleguards found it buried in the bowels of the Underriver some 50 years ago.
There's a chance that it's like not even active.
Plague Masters have been studying it ever since.
50 years of research on one weapon?
A rodent's life is short and pathetic. So, intergenerational knowledge is crucial if we wish to push the boundary of understanding. It took decades to find and decipher the relevant god texts, to reverse engineer the wiring and machinery. Though careful analysis, my predecessors learned every intricacy of the weapon. What it's made of, the damage it can do, how to hatch it.
You can hatch the egg?
The trigger is a hard impact, a fall from a great height. The only reason it didn't hatch on its initial fall is due to a technical error. Fascinating stuff.
So, this cradle mechanism is a catapult.
No, a ballista. And the egg is primed to launch through that window? Clock face. To be pedantic. But what's down below? The godly halls of Parliament. And below Parliament's floorboards, the streets of murder. When the Yellow God arrives, intent on destroying the city, we will greet him with fire and thunder. After all, only a god weapon can kill a god. Plague Master, if the stories about fire eggs are true, this won't just hurt the god, it'll devastate Merida. Thousands of rodents will die. Tens of thousands, by my estimation. That's horrible. But I think I see your reasoning. Ooh. You see this cruel weapon as the only way, right? An ugly necessity to save a few rodents from complete extermination. Siobhan, please. I'm not some knuckle-dragging utilitarian. Oh. Then why? I was born beneath the floorboards of a godly library, so I learned how to read godly writing from a young age. The first book I ever read was a heavy tome entitled The Anthropocene. Probably butchered that. I never learned how to read that word. At first, I thought I was reading a speculative text. A science fiction parable, a warning about what could become. But the more I read, the more I came to realize that it documented the horrors of what gods did and what they continue to do. I despise the gods, each and every one of them. They spread, they consume, they destroy. If they can commodify a part of nature, they will. If they cannot, they kill it. There is not a single place on our planet that the gods haven't colonized and corrupted. So now, carcinogens fill our lungs, poisons infest our foods, plastics course through our blood. By their hand, soon the oceans themselves will boil. The Yellow God is not the worst god. No, not by a long shot. But he epitomizes their callous disregard for life, their need to dominate nature without second thought. What is the death of 1 million mice to the Yellow God? In an ordinary day of work, a job well done. So, you want to kill him? I can understand that. But what about the rodents who live in Merida? What about them? Merida is the rotten capital of a rotten country. We are ruled by a filthy rich idiot of a king, descended from a long line of filthy rich idiots, upheld by a noble class who peddle tabloid lies to protect their palace of blood and bone, all defended by a god of bullies and sociopaths. Who else is there? Oh yes, tax-dodging merchants, pawball hooligans, plague deniers, back-alley louts who murder a child for half a seed, bigots who spit upon those they deem queer or degenerate, but worst of all, a common class who look at this green and pleasant country's descent, then shrug and say, could be worse. I do not relish this city's destruction, but I cannot see anything worth defending. It's true. This country has a lot of problems. I've had moments where I've just wanted to take my wand and burn everything to the ground. But I don't, because there are good rodents too. Rodents who stand up to injustice and fight to make things better, like Siobhan. The dead vagabond? I thought he was hell-bent on killing the Yellow God. Yes, but he wouldn't have trampled on innocent people to do so. You cannot be that naive. From what you've told me, I can only conclude that your friend was a single-minded brute. Every action he made was in service of his egotistic vengeance quest. He would have seen Rodentia in flames if it gave him a chance to upend nature and satiate his bloodlust. I don't think that's true. He wanted to kill the Yellow God, that is true. But he wouldn't do... he wouldn't have wanted... It doesn't matter. This ideological talk has gotten tiresome, so let us return to the material facts. The Yellow God is coming, and only a god weapon can kill a god. So it's just like you say. This cruel thing is an ugly necessity. Where are you going? Out. I quit. Find another successor. I won't force you to remain in my service, if that is your decision, but think for a moment. Be a scientist. Think rationally.
What do you know about rationality? You're so wrapped up in your warped, pathetic view of the world that you can't even hypothesize a better future. That's not science, that's a cult of hopelessness.
Siobhan! Pity. But no matter.
Wow. That was pretty intense. And, normally when I'm going through a lot of the scenes, I like to, toss in little jokes, make little comments, but that was not one of those scenes to do that. That was wild. I was not expecting a lot of that. But I do like that the thing that stayed Siobhan's hand was the changes in Verm. I think that's really cool. I really, holy crap, that was nuts. Happy New Year.
Hi, but you two had fun, right?
It was fine. Sure, Verm's a gentle mouse. But I'm just saying, you're the world's worst matchmaker, Bruce.
Oh, sheesh. Can I blame a guy for trying?
That was pretty loud, sorry.
Oh, hey, it's Siobhan.
How'd it go? You look a little shaken. Well... And then she filled everyone in. So, that's the whole story. I think Aquila's planning to launching Excalibur no matter what. And when that happens, thousands of Rodents will die. Excalibur.
Aye, I've heard whispers, but I did not think such a terrible weapon actually existed. And right above our noses, no less.
Could it really kill a god?
Aye, does it matter? If it's like Siobhan says, it'll take out the city with it.
Right, this just complicates things. Now, we have to worry about both the Yellow God and an absurd weapon of mass destruction. Ah, shit. What a doomorous prick this Aquila is.
Something doesn't add up. If the king knows that the Yellow God is coming, and he has a banger of a solution ready to go, why doesn't he just evacuate the city, tell everyone to run and hide? Aye, that would cause the smallest loss of life, no?
You're having a laugh. The king don't give a flying fox about us common folk. If we all died to the Yellow God, you know what he'd say? Good riddance. Mate, do you mind? This is a private conversation. You're in public.
Sorry.
Oi, listen. We're on the same side here. Oh, God. We may not know much about this Excalibur malarkey, but we do know that something must be done about the Yellow God.
Yeah, we've been doing our homework. We know the damage coming our way.
Yeah, so we're planning a protest.
We got hundreds of allies in Gutter End.
Hundreds. and we're gonna march on the palace gates and have a word with His Majesty himself.
Yeah, we've got a list of demands, a proper manifesto.
Nah, what good is this to us?
Wait, Verm, this could work. To reach Excalibur, we need to go through the palace. We can't just waltz in, we'd be arrested for sure. But if there's a protest, that would distract the guards. It might give us a window of opportunity to reach the weapon and destroy it.
Aye, but how do we reach the Yellow God from there?
Rumor is there are hidden tunnels all over the palace. I bet one of them takes you to where you need to be.
Hidden tunnels? Ghosts and Muskwolves. Oh my gosh, here we go again with Ghosts and Muskwolves.
It's possible, Sir Verm. I've overheard whispers of passages the royals can use for emergency escapes.
That's that. You know what? That's real. In castles, they had that.
Perhaps one goes straight to the godly hall above our heads. Okay, so, assuming we gain access to the palace, and assuming we destroy Excalibur, and assuming we find a secret tunnel, then it's just the simple matter of killing a god of death. Easy peasy, right, Verm?
Oh my gosh.
Diversions and secret passages, kings and gods. This plan is even worse than the one for Skygarden.
That means it'll work.
Let's do it.
Yeah, baby. Oh, of course the mad lad's on board.
There's still time until the night of 13 chimes. We should make sure we have all our affairs in order before the big battle.
Ooh!
Oh. An inventory check would be a sensible idea.
Aye, I should probably drop by Skygarden, see how Anton's doing. We already did that.
Well, we can wait. Go do what you need to do, then come back and speak to me whenever you're ready.
Well, I mean, kind of lost for words. Like, this is kind of a lot. I mean, we know that the Yellow God is, like, pretty much the antithesis or like the, well, that's not the right word. The Yellow God is the goal throughout the whole game. So I wonder if we're approaching the final boss battle. I think we might be. We got our whole party with us, right? We do. We didn't level up again, though. Do we have the one that makes Verm do more damage to gods? Deal 50% extra damage against gods. What can we get rid of to get that? Because I have a feeling we're going to need that. Rage gives an additional turn of Berserk. Each of Verm's strikes inflict bleed. While in Berserk state, he heals 2 at the start of each turn. I feel like we can cut that out. The final strike of a multi-part attack hits twice as hard. We need 4, so we would have to get rid of all of these to get up to here. Because this is pretty good, but this is going to be really helpful. I think we go that way. And then if we get any more levels, we'll probably grab one of these. I like the bleed, but it's just one bleed. It's not really that great. And I like the extra turn. I think the extra turn's more important. But of these 3 stars, this one is probably the best of them all. This one's a little bit of healing, not really that dramatic. Honestly, we could give Verm the freaking frog egg. Our attack went down a little bit, but I think that this is the right way to go. That increases our max stuff. Yeah. Okay. I'm just kind of getting some stuff set up right now. I'm just thinking about it ahead of time. She needs one more level. I really wish that we could get some more levels, honestly. The evasion's good, but I think our boy is set up. Like, I don't think we need to do anything for Bruce. And Gwen is, like, real good. Like, Gwen's attacks deal 20% extra damage to bleeding enemies. Cool. Gwen recovers 3 when attacking bleeding enemies. Those are both great. This one would be pretty good. Rally recovers. I don't really care about that. This is probably the only other one that I would like to get. When's attacks to 50% extra against military personnel. I wonder if we even need this anymore. We probably don't. What is this? One more increased max that. I wonder if we can get one level. If we can get one level before the big fight, we're going to put it here. Because then we can get that extra damage, and I think that's going to be more useful than this. This was useful, but I just don't imagine it's going to be useful anymore. And these ones are really good. Like, when attacking bleeding enemies, heal up, and then deal the extra damage to bleeding enemies. Like, we have a bleed setup. Okay, well, next time, this is going to be where we stop, because this is kind of a big moment. Ooh, you recognize knife darts, the most dangerous game. Oh, knife darts, sick. This is going to be where we stop for today. Next time, we'll probably talk to everybody. We'll go out into the overworld, finish up any quests, any side quests. I think we only have one that we're doing right now. I'm pretty sure. We have, like, a map, but this map has, like, done, like, nothing. I think this was the start of the game thing. We already tried to give that to, what's-his-face? Yeah, I don't think there's, like, anything else. We'll go around and we'll check, but it looks like we're moving towards potentially what I'm assuming is the final boss fight. Now, I might be wrong, but that's my assumption, because the Yellow God has been the big thing for the whole game, so I'm assuming that that's going to be the final boss fight. So we're going to do everything we can, because this is one of those games where I actually want to commit to completing all the quests and going through and doing everything, because this game is fantastic, and I really love it. And so I want to make sure that we invest all the necessary time to do anything that we need to. Longbow cider. That's funny. I just saw that on the ground. Anyways, that is going to be it, though, for today. If you don't mind tossing me a like, it really does help out. But either way, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you join me again next time. If you joined me through all of last year, thank you. We have gone through an entire year of recording. And here we are. Still doing it. Still kicking. I'm still having fun. And I hope you all are too. Best wishes to everybody on the new year. I hope it brings great things for all of you. And I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.